Welcome if you just joined us. Welcome to the stream. It's that time of the evening on Sunday where we're going to have a absolute fantastic drive. We're going through the session, and it looks to be a little bit overcast here at the Australian Grand Prix, and I can tell you now it's going to be a great one to watch. So if you are joining us on the stream, welcome this evening, and let me tell you, it's going to be a big showdown this evening. We're on race number 4, so not too many to go at the moment. 6 races left in this club championship, the first one being held in South Africa. So if you are joining us, great to have you on board on the stream. Obviously, you're welcome to put in your comments, and obviously we'll be looking through it. In the box this evening with me, obviously I've got Jeremy, and as you can see down on the screen there, it's telling you who is with me, and we've also got a special guest by the name of Fricky with us. So he'll be also probably popping a couple of questions along, but also giving some commentary of exactly what's happening this evening. Just an update on the driver situation this evening. You may have seen we have a new driver. He's in 8th position on the screen there. And I'm just going to say the cat, but I know him as Ross, international driver. He's going to be driving for SAAOLR, and hopefully we'll see more of him during this championship. So 6 races to go. This is number 4 of this 10-race championship, and I can tell you what, it is a great one. Yes, we did start on time, so that's a good thing. What I'll do is take you onto the track with some of the drivers doing their out laps, and we're up with Dylan at the moment from SAAOLR, the team SAAOLR at the moment. He is in the Haas this evening, and I'm sure it's going to be a good drive for him. A lot of guys have been speaking about this race the whole week, and I can tell you now, lots of people pumped up and ready to drive. As you can see, overcast conditions. The weather report says that it will go into clear weather. So I'm hoping that's going to come about this evening, and we'll see what's taking place. Just on behind Dylan is Devon. Devon in the Williams this evening, and you can see a whole heap of cars in front of him. He's in the blue helmet this evening. Springbok Gamer, he is definitely driving for the South African Academy Online Racing. He is in the Renault and car number 21 this evening. Then we have another newcomer this evening riding for the Easy Riders, and that's Ranger joining us. So this is his first race, and we're hoping that he's going to be doing well this evening, and we'll be watching out for the rookies and seeing how they are competing this evening. The Munna, no stranger to F1, yes, from TNB. He is in the Toro Rosso this evening, and he's just put on the quickest time, so there you go. And his teammate, which is Motor DW, has put on a 1:24 121, so looks like it's going to be a good drive from him. And then joining Ranger at the moment is Vino for Real. Wow, nice to see that time, and he's just put on, looks like Skadunk's coming in there as well. Nesmac 7 to the top of the first quali session now with a 1:23.383. So he is showing his presence this evening, man. And let me tell you, Nesmax and I did a bit of commentary this week for the SAAOLR boys, and it was great fun having him on board with us at that particular event. So I'm just having a look at Tox at the moment. Off the track, he's coming back on. I don't know what he was doing there, trying to wheel spin there, doing a couple of donuts. And you can see Ross, who I mentioned, from the UK, or should I say, I think he's in Scotland, by the way, car number 34. Very nice to have him on board with us. We do a bit of racing in project cars with him, so he's first time with us here on the South African Racing Academy Racing online. Oh, where am I? Getting a little bit lost at the moment. But you can see he's preparing himself for the 1 minute 29.657. So great stuff. Vino for real still to put up a time. Tick still to put up the time. We've got Springbok Gamer in the pits. We've also got Pete Ballas in the pits. We've got the other international with us this evening. That's Dan from Holland. And he's basically sitting in the pits at the moment as well. And then Thomas also in the pits. So that's the lineup for this evening. And I'm sure it's going to be absolutely thrilling to watch. A number of times being put up there. And I can tell you now, Tux just put himself a good time. Gat Pig comes back with a 1 minute 22.579. That's a 1 minute 22.579. So this is Australia GP. I know it's one of Gav's favorite tracks, and I'm sure he's going to be doing T&B proud this evening if he continues with this type of times that he's pushing down on this track. So, Steph, you're in with us this evening. Welcome. We're glad to have you with us. Just give us an indication. I mean, this club championship, have you got the points situation at the moment? Would you like to run through that for us at the moment? Where is all the teams, the clubs in South Africa? Where are they, and what are they actually doing? Ah, fantastic. And there we go. There's our rookie Ross. Sorry, should I say Marcus? Sorry, Marius. Marius B70. He's just come into the pits at the moment, having a awesome rookie start. Hasn't raced this game since 2014. So we're racing for the soccer team. So nice to have him with us, and also fantastic. So we've got a couple of spotters in this game this evening. As I said, we've got Fricky on board with us, so he's going to be also shuffling through the lots, giving us an indication where the guys are and how they're doing. Skadonks now on board with Skadonks at the moment. He is racing for the SR team. Yeah, so that is the Sims Racing Stuff team, and obviously one of the drivers. You've got Iceman in the same team, as well as the two McLarens from Toki, as well as Thomas. They are also in the team. It looks like Dan's out on the track, so let's go and switch down to him at the moment. He is definitely number 71. So 21 and 71 are the Reynolds. And let's see, he's coming up on, it looks like Springbok Game at the moment. So I hope, and you can see that distinctive colors from Holland, the orange and blue helmet that he's got on there. There we go, a nice in-car view of Dan at the moment. Let's see what sort of times he can put up. Obviously, Gav Pig putting up a 1:22.57. 1:22.879. Awesome time there. The Muller came back with a 1:22.886. But let's be watching out to see in actual fact what let's see what Dan can do with that time. I see he is warming up the tires at the moment, giving lots, so this should be in the zone now as he comes through to see what sort of time he can be putting up this evening. So we're going to probably go on board with him and let's see what he can put up. Yes, so as mentioned, Toki out at the moment, only a 1:28.724. I don't think he'll be happy with that. I know they have been practicing. You can see now Springbok Gamer might be holding up Dan, but I hope he's going to get out of the way. Yes, he does. So Dan on a flying lap at the moment. He's going to go right, and then he's going to go onto the 15-meter board there, into the right-hander, into another right-hander. Here we go. On the edge, comes into this left-hander just before the pits entry, and then flat out. DRS on. And there we go. Easy as that. Just put on a 1:21.310. So Gav Pig now nursing a bit of wounds there, needs to understand where he can shorten that time and see if he can put him back on this quali session number 1. So 5 minutes left, just over 5 minutes left, around about 5 minutes 40 seconds left in this particular quali 1 session, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So at the moment it looks that way. That's Fricky, obviously just mentioning that, but Fricky, I think we'll have to see because it's not done at the moment. There's still that 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go. So we'll see what actually happens. They've still got about 2 laps in it, or even 3 laps in it if they get out there. And let's see how they handle it. Are they going to make the top 15? Let's see. Because as you can see right now, Springbok Gamer is in the pits, but I don't know if he's going to actually be in the next one. Dylan's out. Toki is out. Thomas, I see that he's not even left the pits at the moment. I think the mechanics have got some problem with that car because they haven't even moved as yet. Oh, there we go. I've just seen that. Thanks, Fricky. I've just had a look there. I can see he's actually on the track there. So let's see what he's doing. Also putting on quite a bit of practice as well, I hear, during the week. And this is what it's about. You've got to be on at least practicing maybe 3 times a week, especially with the type of competition that you're up against on this championship. So nice to see him out. Let's see if he can put on a qualifying time that pushes him above the 15th position. So at the moment, Dylan has just moved into that 15th position. But I think because of the shortfall on this evening's proceedings, it looks as though they will only have 14 drivers in the qualification. So Devin is definitely, looks like he's going to be in this one. Oh, Thomas, where are you going, my good man? Bit of farming from Thomas there. But I'm sure he's going to bring himself back into play. Gav Pigs decided he's not leaving Dan at the top of the log there. He wants to make sure he's coming up on some traffic as we speak. Oh, a little bit wide there. He's going to lose it. Oh, he just pulled it back. Nicely done. Wow, that was thrilling stuff there. And I mean, it is just like an ice rink when you go off the track here. That's why you have to keep it between the yellow lines on this particular track. Slowed down dramatically now. I think he's decided he's not going to take it too much. Nesmax comes in from behind him now, and also looking to put on an amazing time. So he's given his teammates some space to get himself through. So nicely done from his side. Yeah, nicely done. Interesting result there. Let's have a look and see what's happening in the next session. You can see the sun's coming through now, so at least from that overcast position, they've gone into a session where it was actually starting to clear up. Sun pretty low, so there is a bit of a glare there. Remember, we are doing the official times anyway, so that's obviously the reason for the sun glare. Probably early afternoon, or late afternoon, should I say. And that's what it's. So 1 minute and about 30 seconds left in the session, guys. I see that obviously, Fricky, you reckon probably in the quali number 3, we're going to see probably a 1 minute 19. I don't know if there's. Yeah, I think let's have a look and see if anybody else can give us some sort of indication on the stream. What do they actually think the time is going to be there? So stay in the party, my good man. What we'll do is there we go. Judge is left, and let's see if we can just get our good man Weza into the area there. So if you want to get in, let's do it now. So here we go into quali number 2 now, qualification session number 2. Still looks to be a little bit overcast. Hopefully we get sun through and through. And let's see how that gets down there. So we did have quite a nice overview. As you can see, we're down to 15 drivers now. It looks like Vino, Tux, Devon, Ranger, the Muna, obviously Ross, he was out there. Hugh Boucher, he was there as well. Pete Ballas, Skadonks, Marius, Dan, Gav, Iceman, Nesmac 7, and then Motor DW, all in for this session, this quali session number 2. 14 minutes left in this session, so obviously that's going to give us something to go on. Safety car at the end of the pit there in case there's any troubles, and as you can see, both of the Force India cars out with the Ferraris behind them at the moment. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen round about now. And it looks as though there's that outlet. We're on with Vina for real at the moment. Let's have a look what they fitted, because that could be an interesting one. We've got some super softs out there, as well as some ultra softs. Obviously, just watching the edge there, Vina for real, a little bit out there. So remember, it's strict cornering. So you got to watch that and drive it as you should. And nice job done there by these guys to get themselves in the right space at this point in time. So Jack says, I think Dan can do a 1 minute 19. I think I can agree with you on that point, and I think a lot of the guys are going to be pushing that up there. And let's have a look and see if that's actually going to take place this evening. Well, there we go. Let's see him do it this evening. Lots of people sending lots of messages. Bruno, nice to see you in there. Wishing the soccer boys the best of luck for this race. I absolutely go Marius, go Ross, go Hugh, and go Dylan. Nice comment. Thank you very much for that one. So we'll be watching them as much as we can to see how they're going to be doing. Looks as though quite a good number of guys are in the pits at the moment. We can see, let's go down to this gentleman, Marius, on an outer lap at the moment with the super softs on. That's that red rim tire. Let's see how he's going to be pushing. It's going to be an outer lap, so he's going to come through start finish, and then his official lap will start. 11 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the session. Let's see how they do. So thank you for the support, guys, on the stream. Great to have you on board with us and really supporting South African online racing. And as we mentioned, we've got a couple of championships that are running at the moment. On Tuesday night, we have the midweek racing. And I think that Steph can give us some news there. How's that championship going, Steph? And then obviously this week, officially the SAAOLR racing started. That was on Thursday night at 8 o'clock South African time. And I tell you what, it's with the BMW E20s. And that is really going well at the moment. And SAAOLR picking up two sponsors there. So it's a sponsored league. So very nice work from them. Obviously promoting the online racing, and I had obviously Nesmac 7 with me in the commentary box. It was great to have him with me, and lots and lots of fun there. Gav Pig on the side there, so don't know what's going down. He's got himself out of the way there. That's obviously happening on Thursday nights, and this week it's the LMP2 cars on Thursday night. So they have alternative championships running for 10 races during the season, and that's obviously lots of fun. And you can join the live stream for the lobby number one, and good fun that is. And then back here on Sunday night, around about 7 o'clock, we will continue with the South African Club Championship on the F1 scene. And as you see, myself and Jeremy bringing you all the action of what's taking place during the session. So it's always great to have you with us once again, as I mentioned, and we're so grateful that you guys join the stream and thoroughly support online racing. We're trying to build the community in South Africa, and I tell you what, coming from last year, it seems as though we've actually done quite a good job. So and it's not patting us on the back, it's actually patting you guys on the back. Thank you very much for supporting us and giving us the opportunity to go from there. Yes, Steph, I think a lot of guys are mentioning your mic is breaking up, and I think it's because you're obviously you're watching the stream and obviously commentating at the same time, so it is pretty difficult. Are you Are you watching the live stream as well? Yeah. All sound is bad. All right, I'm going to try and sort that out. If the guys can just give me a couple of minutes, let me see if I can sort that out. So I'm going to just break off, guys, and then bring you back online if you just bear with me. So I've just restarted the stream, Steph. Hopefully that sorts it out. Unfortunately, I had to do that, else it's going to be terrible the whole way through. I don't know if you want to try and send out the link again if it's changed. Sorry, guys, about that technical difficulty. We try to sort it out for you. Obviously, we got 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go here. But I'm hoping now that everything's going to be okay and the sounds come back. So hopefully that's sorted out. So we might have, I think we had to go for a new streaming session. So hopefully you guys have picked up on the stream. And you're back with us. I do apologize for that, but sometimes we have these technical difficulties plaguing us. Still not. Is it back on or not? Okay. Let me just try and start it again. Done, set the stream again.
Yes, it's working. Back on.
There we go. Thanks very much there. Thanks, Ricky. Unfortunately, sometimes we have these technical issues, so I'm hoping that it's all sorted now. Let me go and have a good deep dive into what actually happened there. I think it was probably the capture card giving a bit of nonsense. So we can send out the link again if the guys don't have it. We've got it now operating again.
Yes, it seems like the sound is much better now.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we are back. And now we can actually go on. You can see now Dan's put on a 121.219. Muna coming up with a 122.470. Nesmax with a 1 minute 22.800. Vino for real, not far off the pace there, so nice driving from him. Ranger, who's joining us for the first time this evening, nice time from him as well. And then Gav Pig looks as though he's put on a 123.690. Also Motor DW, a 123.735. Ross, nice time from you, and at a 252, and then Iceman followed by Skadonks. Marius looks to be out, and then Devin Alice, nice time from you, 125. It looks like Tux is battling to get a time up there. And then Pete Bullis looks to be out, as well as Mr. Boucher, also out at the moment.
Tux is about to cross the line to his left. 123. Just makes it.
So we're looking at those 2 minutes, and there we go. 2 minutes remaining in this time. You can see the guys that have made it through to quali number 3. This is the big one, guys. This is where they're going to go and see who's going to take that pole position this evening.
There's got another 5 drivers being dropped in this qualification. Looks like it's pretty settled at... Yep, it's done. The Donks, Devon, Ali, Boucher, all out.
It's now quali number 3, and as you can see, we have 9 drivers in this session to see who's going to be taking pole position this evening. And I tell you what, a lot of guys obviously looking to make sure they get on that pole position. It's big points for them. Obviously, we've adopted the fastest lap point system as well. So there's lots up to grabs, for grabs this evening, and you can see there the top 9 drivers selected for this race. Obviously, somebody crashed out, so they weren't able to get into the top 10. But that's nevertheless to say, here we go. You can see right now the Force India drivers coming out of the pit lane, and obviously wanting to see if they can topple the opposing club this evening to make themselves known as the Easy Riders, and taking some sort of point system and to getting themselves into the points this evening. So let's have a look, let's have a view. Remember, most of these guys racing for their teams, lots of strategy and lots of different what I hear is a lot of guys discussing strategy in their individual parties as well, of how they're going to keep the teams behind them. And as you can see at the moment, the guys are on track at the moment, all on outer laps, all wanting to make that big difference in the quickest times this evening.
The Team TNB has got all 4 of their drivers into Q3. I don't think it's the first time this season either.
Can't agree with you more, Steph. I think that is definitely the way the guys are looking at it, making sure they've got themselves well represented in the quali sessions.
So the nice race is there. Texas is the only one who's gone out super in Q3, which is a bit odd, seeing if you are vying for pole position.
Ricky, if you can look who won the Australian GP this year.
I'll quickly have a look there. But it wasn't Hamilton. Oh, it was Bottas. It was between the two of them, I know that.
It was Bottas. It was Bottas. It was actually a strange one, this F119 series, because both Reynolds, remember, had problems and they were both out.
Yeah, that was correct.
So Nesmax puts on a 1 minute 21.756. He's the first one to post the time. Then Dan comes back with a 1:20.978.
1 second of left to bet.
There you go, Ranger on board with us. He's got a 1 minute 23.118. So, Fricky, you are managing the Easy Riders, from what I understand.
That is correct. Yes, I'm the guy try to run that team.
Team principal.
He's the team principal.
Yeah, the principal. Yeah.
And tell me, any challenges so far getting this team together, or has it been quite easy?
Actually, it was. It's been quite easy. Yeah, I'm one of the teams I think that doesn't struggle to have a reserve driver. I almost have too many guys who want to join my team, So far it's going very well.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, you had 6 drivers so far representing the season.
Yeah, 5 and me included is 6. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just a part-time driver at this stage. Not really time to really spend time to get to know all the ins and outs of this totally without the racing line and stuff.
Ooh, Venus for real, 145, that's a bit of a slow.
So yeah, Grant, you can obviously, I'll put up on the screen in a couple of minutes where you can get yourself connected with us and obviously find out a little bit more about the league as well, and obviously how to participate. It's actually pretty simple at the moment, and as I said, what I'll do is I'll put that up on the league, on what actually takes place there, and you can join us quite easily. So we were on board with the Munna 303. He's from the TNB group. Here's Gav Pig. We're on board with Gav Pig at the moment. And I'm just having a look to see if I can just get back in.
That's still driving with super son. What his game plan is, does he not want to finish in the top 3?
For some reason, I've actually lost my panel. So still on board, around about 2 minutes left in the session, 2 minutes 42 seconds. And I can tell you now what a challenge it's going to be for some. Dan's just put on a 1 minute 29.78. Nesmax a 1:21.756. If you're wondering what tires they're using, well, let me tell you, it's all ultra softs at the moment. Let me put on some telematics for you as well, just to give you some, and also maybe an indication on the lap data. and give you what sort of times is and where they are from the different sectors. I know I should have done a little bit earlier, but yeah, we've had some technical challenges as mentioned. So we're just trying to get that all sorted out. As I mentioned, sometimes operating PC plus PlayStation plus commentating can be a bit difficult. It looks as though Gav Pig decided he wanted to change the color of that wall. And now he's got a problem getting back to the pits because I think that front suspension is a bit knocked as well.
Vino for real, so he's slipping all over the track. First time set was 145, then he improved that to 133. I'm on board him right now, and he seems to be struggling to keep it on track.
Who's that? Steph? Sorry, I missed that.
For real. Vino for real, sitting in that position.
Yeah, Vino for real. Let's go back down to him. He's in 9th position at the moment. Through Sector 2, currently 43 seconds. 45 seconds at the moment. 48, 49, 50. Let's have a look where he comes up. 5 seconds slow at the moment. So now he's in Sector 3. 33 seconds to go.
I think the penalty time is good enough. Not like top 3. Vino was going to improve his time immediately. Good seconds up on stuff. 7.7 seconds better. But still in 9th position. Whoops, I need to grab out. Yo! That hurt. There's big damage there. Front wing down and way.
Yeah, it looks as though he's hurt that car in a big way.
And he's retired. He's done with it. Done for future. Mechanic's got a lot of work to do there before they start.
Yeah, so Grant, if you want to have a look on this particular channel as well, you'll actually see the website. I was actually trying to just get it up on the screen at the moment, but unfortunately couldn't do so. It looks as though my editing program has decided to shut down, and I don't want to actually close anything at the moment because we'll probably lose the screen, the stream, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, a bit of a tough one we're having this evening. Talk about challenges. Well, certainly not happening for us this evening on the South African Academy Online Racing. That's for sure this evening. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but obviously we had some sound problems. We've managed to fix that. So as I said, Grant, all you need to do is just go in on this video, and you'll see in the comments section just down below you can find out the website which you can go and register on, and then obviously we'll let you know exactly what's going on. And as I said, there are a number of other groups that you can join, and I think even staff, depending on what you want to drive. There we go. Position number 1, Dan. Position number 2, Nesmac 7. Position number 3 is the Muna, and then Gav. Motor DW. Then we've got Tix, we've got Ranger, we've got Iceman, and Vino for real. That is the top 9 drivers for this evening, and they were all racing on Ultra Softs. Best times, you can see some amazing times there. Dan was not able to break the 120 mark, so I think, yep, well done to him. He definitely tried, I think, to break that 1 minute and 19 second mark, but managed only a 120. Nevertheless, to say he is starting on pole position this evening for the South African Academy Online Racing team. And you can see all the guys now in with us on the beginning of this race. Looks as though we have a full log this evening, so that's great stuff to see that. And obviously we'll be going out on the track, just waiting for the guys to load in at the moment, and then we will be going ahead with this 50% race. And then, as you probably are aware, it is a no assist drive. There is absolutely nothing on. Every decision has to be made by the individual drivers on how they're going to set up the car, what is the race strategy for them. It is a mandatory stop, so it is falling in line. Obviously, if it does rain, they can then continue, because then that mandatory stop is not required. So here we go off on the formation lap, just to give them the opportunity to keep those tires nice and warm. It looks to be a clear day at the moment, so doesn't look to be that bad. Skies are clear.
1, 2, 3, 4 drivers already disqualified, 5 drivers. So luckily in this game, you can still take part of the race.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bump or a nudge, and that's it. You're done. Back to the square one mark. So this is going to be an exciting one to watch, and I'm sure it's going to be quite something to keep our eyes on this evening. Yeah, Bruno, the reason being is that in actual fact, when they are driving, if somebody hits them from behind or they hit somebody during the formation lap, it just basically brings them back to the start. I mean, that's the way it is. You'll see as Dan comes around the corner to join the start and finish, you'll see all the cars are already on the grid and waiting. You've got like 3 seconds to go, and you'll see them coming around the corner at the moment. And yeah, they're not actually disqualified because they will be in this race. There you can see the first ones there. These are the guys that were being naughty and obviously either got hit from behind or made a terrible mistake. It then brings them back, so they do not take part in that formation lap. So if we are starting, let me just put on some telematics for you as well, just that we get a great indication of where they are, as well as the lap indications. Cameras in broadcast view, so that's fantastic. We're on Dan at the moment, so that's going to go. We're going to wait for the 5 lights to come up, and there they are going at the moment. And once they go off, they're A for away. And at this point in time, yes, there is a bit of a delay, so that is expected as usual, but it's in real time when you are in that car. You can see they're coming down at the moment. It looks as though, yes, it looks as though the Red Bulls were trying to go through past. At that point in time, you can see a number of positions changing place at the moment, but Dan seems to get away quite safely there. Let's pop back down. DeWitt seems to have a little bit of an instance or two. There we go. One of the Alfa Romeos are off the track at the moment, but let's pull back into seeing who's there. Iceman just in front of him at the moment. It looks as though Tix has dropped right back. He was in the Saab, and you could see at that point in time big drops for him. Oh my goodness, it looks as though Tix is out of this race. He did not finish, an incident that obviously could be going to the marshals and obviously the board at the moment. But let's continue seeing who is where. The Muna up in 3rd position at the moment going through. You can see we have Nesmax 7 hot on the tail of Dan. So let's see where he's looking for an opportunity to get past him at this point in time. You can see quite tight going in there and looking for an opportunity to get past him. A little bit wide is Dan there. Here we come through for the first lap of start and finish. Remember, no DRS is available at this point in time, but it will be available in the next couple of laps. And you can see Dan has already put on the fastest lap of 1 minute 30. With respect that obviously that car is fuel full and the tires were not 100% up to temperature. Most of you may be asking, does the track take a role in this? Does the temperature of the track take a role in this type of racing? Oh yes, most definitely it does. Nice to see that obviously Ross has come up from 10th position to 9th, and I'll just ask the spotters to give me an indication if there is some action we can go to. But I tell you what, at the moment this is definitely a good place to be with Nesmax on Dan's tail, and hot on it he is at the moment. Let's go back let's go back slightly just to have a look exactly where Munna is. Munna's trying to catch obviously Nesmax 7 as well, just to see where he is and how he can affect. You got Gav Pig. Nice to see that this gentleman Motor DW has come up past Iceman and he's done it quite nicely. There's Iceman at the moment on the back here, a bit of hard braking, obviously looking to see if he can get past DeWitt at the moment to see if he can come through. But very nice racing from all of the top 10 at the moment. Great driving from them, and also very little incidents. I think there was only one right at the start, but we'll find out from probably Tix what happened there. I don't know if you guys can get hold of Tix and find out what actually happened. Let's just go one back on Vino for real at the moment. He is hot on the tail of Iceman, and this could be an interesting one to watch. So let's go out of the cars at the moment. You can see how closely bunched together they are, as well as Ranger, the rookie that's joined us this evening, and he seems to be looking for a gap. Yes, he comes through. A nice session from Vino for real, gets past the Iceman at the moment. Very nicely done, and it looks as though Iceman has not given up. Munna's dropped down one position. Gav Pig has gone ahead of him. I'm wondering what happened. It looks as though on board now, Munna dropping back severely. I don't know what's happened, but he's obviously was off the track. I see he's now pushed his way back up again. Might have been a slight incident that he had there. But some exciting stuff happening with us here on the track this evening. And it looks as though Gav Pig has just gone into the pits, which means Vino for real has gone past, as well as Ranger has gone past. It looks as though there might have been a bit of an incident there. Mechanical problem indicated on Motor DW's car at the moment, so there is some form of damage. I'm not too sure what it is, but there is a spanner showing us that there is a particular incident that has occurred with his car. On with Nesmax at the moment. You can see he is now still in that position of trying to pounce on Dan at the moment. So Dan leading this race, a part of the South African Academy Online Racing, and right behind him is TNB's Nesmax 7 looking for that opportunity. He's in the region of about 1 second, 1.2 seconds behind him at the moment. So very exciting stuff taking place, guys. What a great drive it is going to be this evening. And I think all in all, some of that energy being built up at the moment in the brakes, and obviously recharging those batteries. And we should have DRS available for the drivers at the moment. All they need to do is get within that 1 second mark, and that DRS is activated. So I'm sure that Nesmax is going to keep his eye on Dan at the moment, looking for that pit. And let's see the strategy. They are on super softs at the moment. It might be, as we go on board with Nesmax, that they will try and go as much as they can on these tires. I want to just have a look and see where they are from a tire perspective and how many laps they've done. And there you go, up on the screen at the moment. You can see exactly where they are with that 4 laps have been done of the 29 laps here at Albert Park in Australia.
It would appear that in the early laps, one or two, Weather came together with Pit, because Weather immediately went into Pit, and Pit left the race. And after that, it would seem Muna and Kevin came together, because both of them have also gone into Pit, both chancing front to win. Muna's made another place back up into 16. Oops, after another incident there with Muna, he's dropped 2 places in this. And Springbok Gamers also had to definition with Pete Ballas. He's out of the race.
Seems as though Pete Ballas is out of this race. I'm just going to flick over. Tox is in the pits at the moment. He's there. Looks as though Thomas is off. Here we're on board with Weza. He's now Pete Ballas. You can see that car standing there. I don't know exactly what happened there, but he seems to be down and out at the moment. On with Muna now. Muna needing to come back in a big way if he wants to be in the points there. Here is Devon at the moment. He's got Gav Pig on the inside. Looks as though he's coming back. Williams seems to be doing quite nicely. Gav Pig right in front of him here. Don't know what happened. Dylan here in the Haas, looking to see that he keeps Gav Pig behind him. Just in front of him, Springbok Gamer in the Renault. So it looks as though, is that Bouch? Boucher has been passed.
We are under virtual safety car conditions, and we've had a time penalty for Thomas, I think, there.
So virtual safety car is out at the moment. This will give the drivers an opportunity to get nicely tucked up between and behind each other. And obviously they have to maintain their speed. No overtaking at the moment, Mr. Boucher.
DRS has been enabled again.
So it looks as though the safety car is out at the moment. It's actually gone in, should I say. And now the guys are going to be continued. They're driving. Oh, it looks as though almost Mr. Boucher does. Hugh Neely loses it there. He's right behind Springbok Game at the moment in 10th position. Under yellow conditions now. I think that obviously it must be Pete Ballas' car still in the track or on the track. I just want to see if it's been removed. Yes, it has been removed. So they are for a way to get themselves flying on board with the new driver from oh, that was so wrong. Unfortunately missing that braking point there, Ross, but I'm sure you're going to get back on track and see if you can get yourself up into the points again. A little bit difficult. Well done. And very difficult to drive. It's his first race on this Formula One season with us, and I can tell you now, I'm sure he's just finding it a little bit different from Project Cars 2. So I'm hoping that he's actually going to come and be a permanent stand-in driver for SAAOLR at this championship. So nicely done from his side.
Also eating up to get to Springbok Game.
Oh, it looks as though Gav Pig's lost it.
Yeah, Gav Pig's out.
Gav Pig out at the moment, little bit wide from his side. Took over the flange. I saw it happened right in front of me while I was on board with Ross. And I can tell you now, flew across the track, and that was that. Done and dusted for this evening's racing for him at the moment. So, yep, excitement. Here comes Ross into the pits. Just got, whoa, somebody else almost. So there's a lot of pitting going on at the moment. Obviously trying to get their cars organized and get themselves in. You can see a whole bunch of them Nicely done. Quick one from Ross. He may actually pass a couple of drivers. No, he's got 3 drivers in front of him. Haas team and himself there. So, yep, Dylan coming out of the pits just behind him. Marius just came out of the pits as well. So, yeah, it was almost a team stop of getting themselves organized for the remaining period of this race. It looks as though Muna has put on softs at the moment. I know it's showing red there, but in actual fact, he's got on the yellows. Hopefully they fix that in 2019. But yeah, it is quite... that's why I like to have that little gauge on the side there that you can see. Lap number 29. 20 laps left in this race.
You vouch did manage to take over from Mokola and Gamer is in 10th position. But Gamer not on his side and not making that gap any larger, staying 1.5 seconds grounding. The Dogs is also catching Devon Alice. A bit of battle going on now.
Skadonks are obviously coming through nicely, as mentioned by Jeremy. Obviously looking for which opportunities are coming through, and I can tell you now, Skadonks is not going to be happy to be behind Devon at the moment. Opposing teams, one from Sim Stuff Racing and Devon from Easy Riders. So he's going to be looking for that opportunity. Oh, a little bit hard on the throttle there. You could see exactly what was taking place. A real mind bender in order to get that car straight again. Back down to the Muna at the moment. He has got a long way to go, but he's put on the softs, so I'm sure that strategy is going to work. He's going to go a lot longer than these guys that are sitting on the super softs, just going up to Dan and Nesmax at the moment. Here they're coming through. Fantastic driving.
Voucher spun off and Springbok Gamer has taken back 7th position.
So there we go. Thanks for the update there, Jeremy. It's great to hear that at least there's a couple more eyes watching the screen at the moment. Because I tell you what, it is, wow, hectic to keep up with all the action that is taking place. So Ranger seems to be in the pits at the moment. Yes, he's in the pits, as well as Boucher at the moment. Looks as though here they come up alongside each other, and it looks like Skadonks has been able to push himself into that 7th position now. And it's really great driving from them at this point in time. Fantastic stuff from Skadonks. He's put himself in that position. Great drive. So squeezed between. It looks as though Springbok Gamer is in 6th place. So nice to see him taking the control of that position for himself now. Done 9 laps. Done 9 laps on these tires at the moment. Say again, Jeremy.
I say Muna catching Devon Alex quickly. He's 0.6 seconds behind, and he's overtaken. Back up into 8th position.
There we go. So he's gone back up into 8th place. He's got obviously Skadonks now in front of him. So let's see what happens. He's got 6 laps on the softs. Skadonks has 9 laps on those super softs, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem, I think, because I think he's going to have to pit now. Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. He goes on. So let's see now what Skadonks, or should I say the Muna, is going to do with Skadonks.
Marius is right behind Ranger.
Well, I got it to about 0.7. Devon's gone into the giving them each position up. So Ranger and Marius is 9 and 10.
Just watching back down now. Oh, nice to see Ross coming up in position. He's in 12th there. Superb driving for his first Formula One competitive league race here this evening for SAAOLR. Bit of heavy braking. He's got to find that smoother action to come through here at Albert Park. But he seems to have done very, very nicely. This section he handles very, very nicely. Coming through, looks there, a little bit in, wanting to turn a little bit sooner than he should be. But great driving from him at the moment.
Muna catching Kadunks at 0.1 for 0.8 seconds behind him on slower tires. See the top cars are now busy pitting. We have an Iceman 08 in the pit, and the Super Softs are lasting about 11 laps.
There we go. Up into 11th place is Dylan at the moment. Just in front of him, his teammate. So two horses running just by each other there. It looks as though Muna's now, who's pitted? It looks like Springbok Game is pitted. So he's pitted, which means that Skadonks and Iceman move up respectively into 5th and 6th. So the Ferraris making a showing this evening for the team of Sim Stuff Racing, correct. Sorry, I was just watching, totally mesmerized at actually what was happening in front of me here. Thinking to myself, is Vino for real going to be able to keep the Iceman at bay? But it seems as though he's doing a nice job. Oh, a little bit loose there. But he manages to keep it nice and straight there from Vino for real. Obviously, exciting stuff. Now, this gentleman, oh, it looks as though Skadonks went by. Hopefully in Sector 3, he's still going to bring it. Yes, he's turned it around. Sure. Is he going to come back on track? Is he going to be able to not affect anybody else's driving? Yes, he's dropped down from Dylan at the moment. He's moved down to 9th position. What a race we're having this evening, gentlemen and ladies who are watching. Looks as though Ranger went off there. My goodness, what a race it's been this evening here at Albert Park in Australia. This is the Australian Grand Prix, and I can tell you now what an amazing race we've had so far. Ups and downs, positions shifting backwards and forwards. It's been an absolute... And guess what? Here comes Ross now. Ross is in the points, and if you are a SAAOLR supporter, why don't you give it up for Ross at the moment? He was up there in a tight position, puts himself, hopefully hasn't gone down where he's gone into the pits. He did for a couple of seconds. He was in 10th place.
He don't have front wing damage. His tires were in 11 laps. The grip, he lost it with grip there. He's going to the pit and drop right and 15.
Yeah, I can only agree with you, Jeremy. At the moment, it's all about the tires. It's all about making sure you have the best set of tires on that's going to take you to the end of this race, because it is lap number 14, ladies and gentlemen, and I can tell you now it is really a fantastic race that we're having here at Albert Park this evening. Oh, a little bit of naughty stuff from Vino for real there. He's got to watch himself, because the stewards will definitely give him a demerit for going off the track. But nice to see that TNB Motor DW is now up into 3rd place. Nesmax having a little bit of a difficult time. He's now 5 seconds behind Dan. Dan doing a sterling job of keeping himself in that top spot. And I can tell you right now, the guys from the South African Online Racing Academy are very, very proud at the moment with this driver. Dan has done an exceptional job. I'm looking down in 11th position, who is the leader of the South African Online Racing Academy, which is Springbok Gamer for the season and entered this team. and he's obviously very, very proud. And guess what? Both of these Reynolds are just a little bit lost there. I don't know if you saw that, ladies and gentlemen. In 12th spot, you can see now Springbok Gamer lost it there. He's now got to get himself back onto this track. And you can see there a 3-second penalty given to Skadonks for some reason. Obviously not staying within the yellow lines. One of the only tracks that has the yellow lines. Most of them have white lines. But nice driving from Dan at the moment, respectively 5 seconds ahead of second place at the moment. You can see now blue flags being waved at Marius at the moment. He's obviously got to get out of the way, which he does do very admirably. Gets out of the way there, and very nice driving from both participants.
Springbok Gamer completely lost it again. You think he's got severe damage to the front end. He's absolutely no grip.
On board with Springbok Game at the moment. I think he's limping back to the pits at the moment. Let's just go on with Ross at the moment. On board with Ross. It looks as though he's looking for that opportunity to get past. Still a yellow flag being shown at the first corner entering, or should I say the last corner entering into start and finish at the moment. And it looks as though Ross is doing quite nicely for himself there. Skadonks goes past Springbok Gamer. So I bet you he's not too happy about that. So how many drivers have we lost now?
We've lost 5 drivers. 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers.
5 drivers lost. Oh my goodness. Tox is out. Gavin's out. Pete Bullis is out. And I've just seen a car now on the side there. And then obviously Thomas. So nice to see Springbok Gamer in. Skadonks, Ross, great drive from him on his first drive here. Brilliant to see that. Devon, what a drive he's having this evening. And then Weza handling things nicely. He's in the Saab Alfa Romeo this evening. Oh, I'm really getting tongue-tied this evening for some reason. And then just in front of him is Marius at the moment. He's now looking to see what he can do, if he can catch this man. Let's just put you... Oh, there we go!
Don't is also retired, another DNF, so that's 6 drivers out. And Springbok Gamer is really struggling to keep his car on the road. He's hit the gravel twice now in the last few seconds. Now 36 seconds behind the last driver.
So 17 laps done of the 29 laps. Virtual safety car out again. So wow, we are definitely having a song or two going down on the virtual car. So this will now give that opportunity once again for the drivers to get themselves up behind one another. And you can see there the guys have to be a little bit careful. Virtual safety car being indicated. You can see the yellow flags being wallowed around. Obviously there you go. You can see no overtaking in this section. And I can tell you now, Dan just keeping those tires nice and warm, making sure that he keeps that up. We're on lap number 28. Lap number 18 of 29 laps. I don't know what's going on this evening.
And our late comer Weda has got himself to the point. He's in 10th position, starting from the back of the grid.
Here we go.
Incredible 10 places up.
As a safety car is in, back to racing.
Yeah, he's going to take default setups because he came late into Q3, so he's doing very well for default setup.
So Fricky, you've been able to rejoin, and are you watching live now?
Yes, I'm watching live now. Yes, I
Fantastic.
can now follow it better. I see that Iceman is still on Vino's backside there. Close racing there.
That's good. Let's keep up with that lot. You can see them now. And I'm just going to take the menus out, so please bear with me that I take the menus out that we can actually see what's going on. And there we go. I know it's nice to see the times up there, and I do that quite often. And but I just want to see what's going on with this lot, because it does seem to be pretty interesting that we've got this going on, because there we are. That's Iceman. Skadonk's unfortunately out of this race. And I think maybe subject to those new tires, because he had 2 laps done on those tires.
If it was the new guy back into 12th position. Now he's 11th. That's all.
So here we go now. The board's thrown out at these drivers. And here they come through. Now we're going to be having a bit of traffic. Oh, we've got to be so careful, guys, coming out of the pit lane.
Vino going to the pit.
And wow.
And he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding
And
in
a
the
5-second speeding penalty. Aye.
What is... Oh, no. Huge accident, guys. Huge accident. Obviously looking down. What happened there? Lots of guys in trouble there.
Devin, Ross, Boucher all have a nice get together in the middle of the track. Somebody can be throwing their shoes at the other guys.
Yeah, I can see some major stuff coming through this evening. Who was unscathed in that, I wonder? Well, we'll
Kevin
soon
right
see.
on Weza's tail.
Soccer boys doing very well tonight.
And Cat is also
Soccer P6, P8, P9. Very well done so far.
yeah, very close racing. Oh, Devin running wide.
So great driving from the top 10 at the moment. Excellent driving. Nice to see Dylan up in 9th place there. And tell you what, Weza coming back in a big way. He started down right at the bottom of the grid. He's come up quite substantially. And yeah, maybe we should actually just have a look at the positions changed at this point in time. And you can see he's come up 10 places. Also, if we look right at the top, in 3rd position this evening is Motor DW. He came up 2 positions. Iceman up 4, and not so much of a change for Ranger at the moment. 1 position from him. Vino for real went up 2 positions. Marius, nice job from him, up to 4, and then Dylan also up 8 positions from his side. So he's had a really good race as well this evening. He's just got a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings, so obviously a bit of corner cutting there. And yeah, we do have it on strict specifically to ensure that we don't have too many people cutting corners. So on board now with Motor DW. Looks to be having quite an empty race for him this evening. And then back down now to Iceman. But let's just watch out, because here comes the Munna. The Munna down 2 spots at the moment. I'm sure he's going to be coming back in a big way.
So far we've got the top 4 drivers which are penalty free. Munna's position 5 with only 8-second time penalty. And then stops the heavy penalty position now.
Thanks for that information there, Jeremy. Fricky, what does it look like from your side?
Well, I'm here at the back. I see Devon is struggling too much here. He's going off a few times from struggling to keep his car on the track. Lap times is a bit difficult to follow here with the
So Dylan's just gone up. Dylan's just gone up into 8th now. So he's got Marius and Marius himself, teammates. There they go. Nice to see them. And there we go. Vino for real once again. 3-second penalty for Munna now. Again. So this is not doing him any justice. I think pushing very hard to try and catch this gentleman who is Iceman at the moment. Trying to catch him. So let's go back up to Nesmax. 14 seconds behind this gentleman who is Dan at the moment. There seems to be an incident in Sector 1. Does anybody have anything for me?
I think it's just Vino that went off and back onto the track again.
Alright, so just a tire off onto the grass there, and that can cause havoc in this format anyway, especially under these conditions. I am on board with Munna at the moment. He's got somebody who, I don't know, it looks like Ranger might be close on his tail.
Yes, Ranger
No,
is
it's
following.
not. Sorry, I do apologize. It's actually
It's a back marker.
it's a back marker at the moment.
Yeah. Range is 9 seconds behind the moon.
So just having a look at the stops, we've had a couple of incidences there. You can see in some cases some of the guys having 2 stops. Toki there, he didn't finish, but he had 3 stops. So I think he had some severe accidents going forward. And I mean, these cars are pretty delicate. And you've got to be very careful with them, because if you have a bump anywhere, you're going to actually lose a wing or create some sort of havoc to the suspension. And yep, it has to be taken care of, as you're not going fast anywhere. So back on with the Iceman at the moment. Motor DW.
The drivers from TPFB in the area. They're going to stretch their lead.
So Easy Riders drivers in 6th and 7th. You've got Dylan and Marius in 8th and 9th. You've got Weza in 10th at the moment. Springbok Gamer down in 14th position. Looks like a whole new nose cone for Devon. That's just been replaced. He's out of there now. In 12th position, it is Ross at the moment. And what a race he's had this evening. Full in stand-in driver, asked to come and represent SAAOLR this evening. And I tell you what, he comes in and does a great job for SAAOLR in the Mercedes-Benz. Actually comes with not much practice, and I can assure you, I've seen this gentleman drive in the SAAOLR championships. He's very, very quick. So if he is going to be continuing the F1 racing, I can assure you now, he's one guy we need to watch out for in the future.
New Boucher in
Vino
11th,
going
changing
into the pits again.
Boucher is about 1.4 seconds behind. Weza challenging for the point.
So on with Boucher at the moment. He's had 2 stops this session. We're on lap number 25, guys. So yeah, we're nearly almost here, dead and done. Vino for real into the pits at the moment. He's now had his 2nd pit stop. Hopefully he's going to get out in front of Ranger. Ranger now coming through the backside. He has not got in front of him. The Munna is actually in 5th position at the moment. He's had a one-stop. What are the tire situation like? Just having a look at the tires at the moment. Most of the individuals are running the softs at the moment. I know they're red, but they are softs. Just have a look there. And you can see there, Muna is definitely trying to catch Iceman at the moment. Iceman, a he also races in the Gran Turismo realm.
After now, 100 seconds behind Weza, challenging to get position.
So let's have a look down there. Weza coming through. He's now in 10th position. So he's in the points now. 18 laps on those softs.
Muna is right on the tail of Iceman.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go back on with the Iceman and Muna. Let's go on with Muna at the moment. So Iceman in 4th. He comes up alongside him, tries to get under braking, but doesn't get it. A little bit of over throttle from Iceman at the moment. I can tell you now, he knows that there's pressure on him because here comes the Muna. Sector 3, we have somebody off the track there.
Range is off. He's recovered back in.
So Ranger off the track there. I'm just going to stick with the Iceman because here comes the DRS section. Is he able to get past? Yes, he does. Goes through. Muna calculates that particular move and gets past Iceman at the moment.
Brilliantly done there.
Brilliantly done, as was mentioned. Now you can see still tight though, because you can see Iceman's not giving up that easily. He wants to come back now. So let's have a look and see where he's going to come. Is there a possibility that he's going to find the DRS zone and get past him? He's got to just manage that foot at the moment. Looks like Vina for real's just passed the Ranger, his teammate at this point in time. Here we go. Looks as though he's going to pull it in tight. Is he going to get past him at the moment?
DRS section.
Muna, yes, here he goes. So now we go. Iceman comes past him. Looks to manage to secure 4th.
Yes.
Muna comes back in a big way. So now we're back on the DRS zone. But unfortunately the Iceman not near enough to get past him at that particular point. Lap number 27 is of this 29 lap race, and I can tell you now what excitement it's been throughout this performance this evening by these drivers, all doing exceptionally well and maintaining a high standard of driving this evening, really pushing the element to the limit here. Nesmax in second position.
Off the track. Muna is off the track. He lost the position.
Muna is off the track. Oh my goodness. Iceman comes past again. I moved up to see what was happening at the top there and missed it. So sorry guys, those of you who are on the stream watching, a huge apology there. I missed that one.
That's on 23 left on his tires for most of anyone. Not receiving the tire wear.
So I definitely agree with you on that point. They are softs, which are yellow. Unfortunately, the screen is showing red, and you can see
he's off again.
He's off again. So it is definitely affecting his driving ability this evening. I think he left it too long. Here he goes in tight. But I don't think he's given up at this point in time. Knowing the Muna, he's definitely wanting to come back in a big way. So on board with Muna at the moment to see how far. There's the distance between them now. We're on lap number 28, so we will go up to watch what actually happens with Nesmax and with Dan. But I can tell you now, it's been exciting stuff from these two drivers. They've given us quite a bit of entertainment this evening. That is the Muna and Iceman. Really good stuff to watch them. They've been driving exceptionally well. And I tell you what a race it's been for many this evening. Springbok Gamer down into 14th position. It looks as though that Devon has gone up one position based on that.
And this match has just taken the fastest lap.
And now we go into the last lap, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I'm going to take you...
Damn. He was chasing hard there.
Just taking you now up to Dan, who has led this race from start and almost to finish. Because now it's time to see him coming through. We're going to go on board with him at the moment. He's 15 seconds ahead of his next rival, which is Nesmax, who's had a brilliant drive this evening as well. There you can see him pushing the limits. Almost done and dusted is this particular GP for this evening. 29 laps of racing. It's been a pleasure bringing you this, and let's just savor the moment for Dan at the moment as he takes the checkered flag. There he is, champion in Australia. And let's quickly go back here on board with Nesmax as he comes through. He's got two drivers in front of him. He comes through in second place, and here is now Motor DW coming through the last couple of chicane and bends to obviously take third spot this evening.
Oh, Iceman retired. DNF.
Yeah, but he's got a 9% finish. So
Oh, was he behind the finish line? He doesn't have a finish flag next to his name.
So there we go. There is, and now the Muna.
Oh, there's Vino's wheel gone. Oh, but he's finished. Oh.
yeah.
So the Muna comes in. There we go. 26 laps done on those tires. I think he stretched that way beyond the means. But what a job he did. I think they've given him fourth position. And there we go. There is Dan at the moment. Then we have Nesmax, and then we have DW, Motor DW, champion,
well
there we go,
three.
of Australia this evening.
Let's give Iceman the fifth position.
Great drive. For those of you watching on the stream, thank you very much for watching this evening. It was great having you on board, and I can tell you what a drive it has been. Yep, you're absolutely right. The guys have done exceptionally well. There is the final log, and then obviously us as the stewards will confirm that, and that will obviously account. But what a race Ross had for his first F1. Nicely done there. And that is the final, and if there are any adjustments we'll let you know, but from what I can see, that is definitely a good indication of where the drivers ended up this evening. So thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure bringing you the Grand Prix. Remember, Sunday next week we have the next race number 5, and I can tell you what, it's going to be a big one at that, and it's all going to be happening here on the South African Racing Academy online. And Jeremy, thanks very much. Fricky, thank you very much for joining us. It was great having you guys with me in the commentary box this evening.
Yes,
thank you. Bye-bye.
The new guy Ranger made it. First drive.
Yeah, also in the points. Well done.
And Nesmax got fastest lap.